Right now, at Edwards Air Force Base in California, something is happening that has never happened before in the history of American air power. An operational combat pilot, not a test pilot, a real warfighter, just climbed into the cockpit of the B-21 Raider, sitting shoulder to shoulder with a test pilot, years before this bomber was ever supposed to be combat ready. That's not normal. That's not how the Air Force does things. Testing new bombers takes years of careful, boring, step-by-step evaluation. But someone in the Pentagon just threw out the rulebook. And when I tell you why, you're going to understand that the B-21 program isn't just building a bomber anymore. It's racing against a clock that China set. So here's the actual story. In June 2026, the Air Force confirmed that a B-21 Raider flew with both a developmental test pilot and an operational pilot in the cockpit at the same time. This is, and I'm quoting Air Force officials directly here, the earliest an operational pilot has ever flown a brand new aircraft in modern American history. Normally, you test the plane first. Engineers check if it flies straight, if the systems work, if it doesn't fall apart at altitude. Then, months or years later, you bring in the actual combat pilots to test how it fights. The Raider program just collapsed that entire timeline into one. General Dale White, the man overseeing the B-21, the F-47, the Sentinel missile, and the Air Force's drone wingman program, called this a new acquisition culture. His words were something like, "We're done being slow, we're done being cautious for caution's sake. We need this capability in the hands of warfighters now." If you're new here, subscribe, because we're about to break down exactly why the Pentagon suddenly feels this urgency, and it connects directly to a bomber you might not have heard of yet. Here's what many people aren't talking about. This isn't just about getting a new bomber into service faster because it's an impressive aircraft. A major part of the discussion is China's H-20. For years, analysts and defense experts have pointed to reports and satellite imagery suggesting China is developing the H-20 stealth bomber, a platform expected to expand the country's long-range strike capabilities across the Indo-Pacific. While many details remain unconfirmed publicly, the program has become an important factor in strategic planning. That uncertainty matters. If China introduces a capable stealth bomber around the same time the B-21 enters wider service, it could influence military planning and deterrence across the region. Deterrence isn't only about having advanced technology, it's also about demonstrating credible capabilities and maintaining strategic confidence. So when you see the US Air Force streamlining parts of the testing process, involving operational crews earlier, and Congress approving additional funding for the B-21 program, it reflects the priority being placed on modernizing America's long-range strike capabilities in an evolving security environment. Smash that like button if you want more breakdowns like this, explaining the technology, strategy, and defense decisions shaping the future of military aviation. Now let's talk about why this bomber is worth racing for in the first place. The B-21 is a flying wing design, no vertical tail, no sharp edges, nothing for radar to grab onto. It's built using low observable technology that's a full generation beyond the B-2 Spirit, which itself was already the most feared bomber on the planet for over 30 years. But here's the part that should really get your attention. The B-21 isn't just stealthy. It's dual capable, meaning it can carry both conventional precision weapons and nuclear payloads, including the future long-range standoff cruise missile, a nuclear weapon designed to be launched from far outside contested airspace. That means the Raider doesn't even need to fly directly over a heavily defended target. It can launch its weapon from a safe distance and let the missile do the dangerous part. And there's something even more important happening under the hood open architecture. Northrop Grumman built the B-21 with a digital twin, meaning software upgrades, new sensors, new weapons integrations can all be pushed to the fleet without ripping the plane apart for a decade-long redesign. This bomber is designed to evolve for decades, staying ahead of threats that don't even exist yet. Combine stealth, dual capability, standoff weapons, and constant digital evolution, and you start to understand why the Air Force isn't treating this like just another aircraft program. This is the backbone of America's long-range strike deterrent for the next 50 years. Drop a comment telling me, do you think the B-21 alone is enough to maintain deterrence in the Pacific, or does the US need something even more radical? I read every single comment. So where does this actually go from here? 2 B-21 test aircraft are currently flying out of Edwards Air Force Base, already conducting aerial refueling tests, already pushing into mission systems evaluation. Air Force Secretary Troy Mike confirmed that the very first Raider is now scheduled to arrive at Ellsworth Air Force Base in South Dakota, slightly ahead of schedule, still targeting 2027, and that plane arriving there will be one of the current test aircraft, converted directly into an operational bomber. Read that again. They're not waiting to build a fresh operational jet. They're taking a plane that's already flying test missions right now and turning it into a combat-ready aircraft. That's how much urgency is baked into this program. The broader plan calls for at least 200 B-21 Raiders, eventually replacing the B-1B Lancer and the legendary B-2 Spirit by around 2040, and ultimately taking over from the B-52 fleet sometime in the 2050s. Production is ramping up at Northrop Grumman's Palmdale facility, with billions being funneled specifically into scaling manufacturing capacity so the Air Force isn't stuck waiting years between deliveries. The first operational squadrons are expected to stand up at Ellsworth, followed by Whiteman and Dyess Air Force bases. And Mike has been blunt about the next challenge. It's not just building the planes, it's making sure the Air Force has enough trained maintainers to actually keep this stealth fleet flying at a high readiness rate, because a stealth bomber sitting in a hangar for repairs doesn't deter anyone. So here's the bigger picture. The B-21 Raider isn't just a bomber replacement program anymore. It has become the single clearest signal of how seriously the United States is treating the possibility of a near-peer conflict in the Pacific. Every accelerated test, every dollar rushed into production, every operational pilot climbing into that cockpit early, it all points to the same conclusion. Washington believes the window is closing, and they intend to have the Raider ready before anyone can test that theory in real life. If you want to understand modern air power before it hits the headlines, this is exactly the kind of breakdown we do every week on Aerostrike. Subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you in the next one, because the next move in this story is coming faster than anyone expected.